The mind is no other than mountains and rivers and the great wide earth, the sun, the moon, the stars. This is a quote from the Zen Master Dogen, and it can seem typical of abstract ideas of Zen Buddhism. But I believe it represents a great truth, that there is one universal process that everything is based upon. Conscious awareness of the individual would represent the most advanced part of this universal process. The best way to understand this is to think of conscious awareness in its most simple form as electrical activity relative to the structure of the brain that is aware of its own electrical potential. Electric charge is innate to all matter. Therefore we have something that can link the mind, the mountains, and the rivers, and the great wide earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, within one universal process. In this theory, we see and feel this process as the passage of time, with the future continuously unfolding, photon by photon, with the movement of charge and flow of electromagnetic fields. Within such a process, conscious awareness is always in the moment of now, within the center of its own reference frame, being able to look back in time, in all directions, at the beauty of the stars. And this is logical, if the momentary nature of everyday life is unfolding photon by photon, moment by moment. Each photon oscillation only occurs once, forming an uncertain future, with each photon-electron coupling or dipole moment. In such a theory, the wave-particle duality of light and matter in the form of electrons is forming a blank canvas that we can interact with, forming the possible into the actual. The great problem with visualizing that everything is based on one universal process is the great diversity within the universe. How can such great diversity and complexity as the mind, mountains, rivers, earth, sun, moon, and the stars be based on a universal process? This theory explains 3 reasons for this diversity. Number 1. At everyday temperatures, this process that is formed by the spontaneous absorption and emission of photon energy is relative to the diversity of the atoms of the periodic table. Whenever the atoms bond and break, there is an exchange of photon energy. Therefore, the whole of chemistry and biology, at the most fundamental level, is based on this process of energy exchange. Number 2. At higher temperatures, the atoms break up and form plasma, but the same process continues, with charge being able to cover a whole star, or even a large area of interstellar space, in the form of plasma. Therefore we can have the sun and stars, with the movement of the earth and moon, based on the same universal process as the mountains and the rivers. Number 3. At the most fundamental level, this is a geometrical process of spherical symmetry forming and breaking. Such a process will naturally form greater degrees of freedom for entropy or disorganization, with a built-in potential for ever greater symmetry formation. This greater symmetry formation can be seen in the imperfect broken symmetry of cell life, with positive and negative charge being relative to the membrane of each living cell. Therefore the Zen Master Dogen was right when he said, "Mind is no other than mountains and rivers, and the great wide earth, the sun, the moon, the stars. Thanks for watching. Below I have placed links to videos that explain each part of this theory in much greater detail. There are videos on the hard problem of consciousness, the nature of water and snowflake diversity. There are videos on how gravity can be a secondary force to electromagnetism, with mathematics representing the dynamic geometry of this process. Please subscribe and share. It will help the promotion of this theory.